Family as side to side, oh, as one. Out of the darkness into the light, and we are standing on so strong. We are the warriors of light. We are the warriors of light. We are here now, coming in riding on our rainbows. Warriors of light are here now. Spread your wings out wide now. Stand side to side with your brothers and your sisters. We are the angels. We are all angels. We are all warriors. We fly. I wonder if I did actually. Ring your trumpets loud. Ring the trumpets loud. Calling all the angels. See it, can you? Calling all the angels. It's time to wake up. Time to unleash the rainbow. Hey, Ken. Time to unleash the heart. So kind of. Well, it matters right now. I love AI for its ability to make music. It's a cool picture. So fun. All right. So the incoming information, the incoming energy is like a revival. It's a revival of the energy that I started with when this whole mission began. And so I've decided that I might have been a little too harsh on the men people. It actually even helped because I was reading through Daniel, and because I know that the Bible is not all God's word, and there's fuckery going on. Man premeditated the swap story in the written word. So there's this small book woven within it. It's God's book. And it reminded me, it brought me back to the revelation where Christ arrives. I was like, wait a minute. I had some questions about, like the beast system, and when Christ arrives, and then when this first resurrection, the second one, like, what are they saying is actually happening? And I realized, I'm like, oh, okay, so like, where's the story at? It's like, it's where Christ hasn't reigned yet, and so I figured when I read the part that said that thrones are there and those that are appointed to sit on them reigned with Christ for 1,000 years, I thought to myself, well, that would make it a much easier and smoother transition because we're going to have everyone's going to be on the 24, which is actually more 36, but we got a new system coming in, and to allow the top, because what my goal is to be the winner in this circumstance where the win-win for all of us, to help mankind out of its little jig that it's got itself in. And my solution has been, the necessity has been that we need to take all you guys out of power, because it's pretty much a sorry situation. But I've come to the conclusion that I can offer the table to the top leaders of you. And that's my whole point was, do I have to climb a mountain? Do we have to go mountain climbing together? Do we have to go mountain climbing like in a snowy night? Because if we got to do that, I'll do it. We're going to turn this right side up. That's what we're going to do. It's what I've decided. And that's my best foot forward. So you shouldn't try to knock me for that. For trying to put a smile on all of our faces and say, look, we're going to get through this, guys. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to I'm here to get us there. I'm not here to cause ripples or to be a competition or to play games like that. So that would make sense to me. we're at the first toll gate. We need to unify so that we can ask to enter in to the living waters. This is the first toll gate. There will be a second one, just like it says it will. Second one's when we get upgraded to being a light being. But right now we get the orbs as like an interim. To my knowledge. So awesome. Oh my gosh. I have so much footage. I'm an asshole, I guess. I know there's something else out there. There's got to be better than YouTube that just lets me do other things and stuff, but I can only handle so much. Whatever the case may be. So I'm going to put my best forward. I'm going to put your best foot forward because what's done is done. And we need to agree. We need to simply sit down and so this war fighting has to stop, you guys. And you guys simply need to be informed. You just need to be informed of what you just need to be called out. I mean, like, let's be honest. We got to, that's a good point. The world right now is handling the world the way the world would handle the world, which is to avoid answering for it. It's to avoid answering the questions. It's to try to sweep it under the rug. It's all that. And that's not the way to do it. What we need to do is actually change the tune. And you guys will. I'm going to put the best foot forward. You will impress your regions by snapping out of the stupidity and joining with what I have evidence to show the people God has done. And it's in your guys' books enough for you guys to simply go, oh, I get it. Right. And now we move forward. You guys turn into gentlemen and all of a sudden save your asses in the nick of time. See what I'm saying? That's a good looking thing. Aha, that's intelligent. Yes. That's a leader worthy of remaining on the bench. See how I'm trying, I'm contending us forward. Come along, children. Come along. That's what I'm here to do. And it's, you guys save your asses in the nick of time. It means that we all make it into the gate. That's what it says in the Revelation. It means that we all get into the gate. And that, well, because you can still get taken out if you try to get crazy. And people will. It's just going to be. But it's the orbs. The orbs are here. I'm Apollyon Gadon, the arm of Gadon. And when we look at the translations the proper way, there's another way of looking at it. It's always been the case. It's not literal. So when it comes to this circumstance, the Bible doesn't even get quite graphic with the exception of certain things like the Feast of the Birds. It's just creepy. At the wedding feast, that's weird. What? It's describing the circumstance where the female joins with her male counterpart. That's the Holy Spirit, the one I've had the child of, the strand that my daughter and I carry. That's why I didn't win the lottery. I've got the genetic bloodline of God. And the world's military and biotech, leaders, they want it for them, and they've used it all my life, but behind my back, without my knowledge. And then when they got to get my child, and then they had to send me to go die, it was their sacrifice, their satanic black magic ritual shit. But it didn't work. And so the system, military leaders, and a whole lot of other people, I'm sure of it, are fully aware. I mean, there's a lot of hands that are in the fuckery just in and of itself. So I already know that there's people out there that hear this, like you. I see number one. The point is that people are hearing this conversation I'm having. People are hearing it, even if it's short-lived. And few and far and few between, there's people that are aware of this. And so there's the people of the world. There's faithful people out there in the world that are devout, and they do it out of the goodness of their heart. And I don't believe that they think that they're worshiping the devil when they're simply taking this story of the Son sent for blood and forgiveness and all this weird shit. I'm here to bring this along, children. That's a terrible. Slow with my pen. Here we go. Because the orb here, and not only that, but the light is living, and it's and so okay. The actual family, the cosmic family, is not even us. We're like a fungus on Earth. Earth is the actual child of the solar system that belongs to Ra. Ra being a feminine womb, aperture to the other side of space. So space has two sides. We're in the dark room of the camera obscura. What's going on over here? What's going on over here? Oh gosh. Let's just do this. Let's go to the because I want to have something in the background. So yeah, we're in the camera obscura, a dark room. This is to my knowledge. And we all know that there's some the fraud has gone deep. So we've got to do the audit. We've got to update the information. We've got to get rid of the bullshit, the false information. We're going to get everybody's head out of everybody else's ass. We're going to stop this false genetic behavioral modification train that everybody's on. That's absolutely fired yesterday. That's the false prophet and the beast system that's getting thrown in the lake of fire right now. That's what's happening. Okay? And this is the period of time for Christ to reign with the rest of the board bench. And we've got, it's when it says that the bride, at the feast, birds feast on everyone's flesh. No, that's describing the orbs coming in and basically taking over. We're like going to become one with it. Says me. Let me see where it says that. I was looking at it just yesterday. It's Revelation. Oh, it's over here. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. The great supper of God. An angel calls all birds to gather for God's great supper, to eat the flesh of kings, generals, mighty men, horses, riders, and all people, free and slave, small and great. Whoa. Right at the wedding? This is the wedding feast? The beast antichrist system and the kings of the... I don't like it when it tries to tell me what it's trying to say. It's like, I don't need you to tell me. And the kings of the earth assemble to fight the rider and his army. The beast and the false prophet are captured alive and thrown into the lake of fire. That's talking about the intelligence. That's what it means by alive. Guaranteed. Making some hearts warmer. Yeah. Heal humanity. The rest are slain by the sword from the rider's mouth. I mean, this is what happens? My God. This is God's truth is a small book woven with it. So we're going to read God's truth, not, look, the birds gorge themselves on their flesh. No. Okay, so that's Revelation 19 to 21. And it's 19:21. Here. Oh. No, but I need the interlinear. Oh, now what? Yeah. So it says, oh no. Okay. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and the armies of them having been gathered to make war with the one sitting on the horse and with the army of him. And the word army is stratamautos. Let's find out. Meta. Stratuma. Body of troops and armament. Man of war. Orbs. I don't know who it's talking about right now. Oh, no. How about? Thank you. Okay. Gathered. Having been gathered. Boy, are they gathered off the shores, all right. And was captured. To seize, take, apprehend, right. Seize, caught. And the false prophet, the one having done the thing, the one having done the signs before him, by which he deceived those having received the mark of the beast, and those worshiping the image of it. Right. We're cast the two into the lake of fire. Burning with brimstone. It said taken a life. I like that one better. But brimstone, thea is teo. Right, so it's kind of saying intelligence, is it not? Go. Sulfur. In its original sense of flashing. Ow, ow, ow. Told you. Lightning. Unstoppable power. So, the beast system and the false prophet is the beast that man created with his system. This system. Oh, and it's talking about markers of the beast. This is their genetic database. The genetic databases that are working like black magic. They're casting black magic spells. Okay? And it's false. They're death profiling everybody on the wrong. That's what it says. Right. And was captured. The beast, and with him, the false prophet, the one having done the signs before him. Let's see what the word signs is. Semia. Token. Token. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's markets. They got markets that aren't open to the market. It's a noun. Derivative of the base. Of G4591. An indication, especially ceremonially or supernaturally. An indication. Woo! A marker. Woohoo! I just said it. What did I say? It's a marker, but it's an indication, right? It's a marker. A marker. Put away your negativity and be informed. the one who did the signs before him, by which he deceived those having received the mark. He, and was captured. Was he, the writer? It, they, by which they deceived those having received the mark of the beast. They deceived. Yes, they deceived the mark. And watch, I'm going to do it. He deceived. Eplanesin, does that mean he deceived? Well, deceived is the word. Which deceived the people who received the mark. They threw in he just to fuck with your head. To deceive, to cause to wander, to lead astray. Precisely. So he is actually they inferred that. And by inference, because there's a beast and a false prophet, there's two of them, then the only singular is writer. No, it just means by which deceived the people who received the mark. Because they're trying to craft you into a diseased person. People are inputting observations. Citizen scientists. Yes. Behavioral observations. Markers. I'm very curious to see the data. I have a feeling that we're not going to find what they say that is there. And it's actually a mathematical fabrication by the computer system. They're like this, well, can you throw this together and find anything there? And it's all, yeah. But when you start with things like observations and stuff, you're already out in left field. But it's what it is. So I just confirmed that it said what I said it said. What I said that it said. So, and was captured, this beast and the false prophet, the one doing the signs before him, which deceived those receiving the mark of the beast and those worshiping the image of it. Worshiping the image of it, which is who? The system. The system believes everything it says. The people who carry out the system at large. There's a large number of people that carry out the system at large. Agencies, institutions, organizations, corporations, families, religions, social and humanitarian, and ecological. Okay, a lot. That's talking about them. That's what's happening right now. The system at large is who it's talking about. Gets pulled in, gets thrown into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Meaning, that's going to be sent into this. We're entering into the living waters. I get all excited. Calm down, Allison. You're good. But it kind of just dawned on me because again, orbs are here, and that's what I've asked for. So I'm gonna run with it. I mean, why would I not? I asked for it because I put my best foot forward. So when then it shows up, I'm not gonna be like doubtful of it. I'm gonna be like, right on. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So So therefore, we've got the orbs, and what I'm saying is it's gonna be our sidekick. The eyes on the scene, and everyone's gonna have one. So no one's gonna be able to commit violence or lies, and it's just what I'm led to believe will happen. And or also, I've got the development for the halo, where we can put our sidekick. Otherwise, that Michael Knight in the car kit. It's going to be like that. So everyone's going to have one. So there won't be able to be any lies or fraud, violence. So it says it right there. We're going to throw it into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Well, what it's talking about, it's like we're entering into the living waters, which is a light. Okay, because we're entering into the central sphere. So it's like an inversion of light. Right? It says there won't be any night. But I like this one. So that's that one. And then it says, and the rest were killed by the sword. Okay, so brimstone, huh? Were killed by the sword. Meaning, well, because we're going to clean the record. We're cleaning the record. So let's say kill. We're going to kill the old record. So everyone else was killed, like your old identity. Throw that shit away. We're gonna correct the record. And you get to determine who you are because we're all going to move forward. That's how we're going to win. Hey, could you calm down over here? Jesus Christ. It's because I've used it too much, and all of a sudden it's all, yeah, well, who cares? You know, it's going to start sucking when you play the music. Oh, that's fine. I'll get a new application. It's fine. I can do it. It's just fine. But so yeah, that's the win-win. The win-win is to say, well, we're all going to move forward because we're going to have the eyes on us, and we're entering into this first layer of the living sphere. So yeah, so everyone else gets killed by the sword because we're getting rid of those old identities. We're starting fresh. We're cleaning the record. We're cross-referencing everything. We're doing the audit. And to whatever extent we've got to do the audit, we will. I mean, I want the leaders of the world and all the people to kind of just go, oh, I'm like this. If I had a ship, it'd be better. If I could just and show up like that, but I don't have that. Maybe it'll show up. I don't know. You know, maybe I'll get multiple orbs and I'll become a surfer or something. We've got to think positively and we've got to put our best foot forward because, again, worst case scenario, listen, the world needs this anyway. I mean, for all the reasons, but I've got the evidence. I've got the evidence that God's behind me and they know it. The military and the world leaders know it. Because it's actually a God thing. God actually exists. They know it. Look, come on, guys. Even a commander of the Navy, a fleet, right? That's a big deal. That's a big ocean. Those are some big, you know, and then jets and like stuff and deep ocean water and stuff and Russian subs. And I mean, it's a big deal out there. I know. I'm not saying I know. I'm just saying I know. Even you, Mr. Navy guy, you guys need to knock it off because God's bigger than you and God can turn your shit upside down. Boom, boom, boom. And you got to know that. And I'm speaking on behalf of God because I've seen it with my own eyeballs. You know what I mean? And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that that's what God can do for any reason at any time. And just because you guys have your hands underneath the ocean, making Swiss cheese out of the ground, causing war fighting and heat near volcanoes, you guys are pushing it. You guys are pushing it. I'm not kidding you. The orbs are here, and you know what the people we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hold hands. That's what we got to do. We're just gonna make a movement. One day we're gonna plan. You guys are gonna get the word out because you're gonna, and we're gonna hold hands. See how we're gonna just do it? Yeah, that's right. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hold hands. We'll surround them. We're gotta think positively, guys. We're not falling for the deceiver's deception, because I even know that in the end, the deceiver deceives the deception. The deceiver takes the mask off at the end and goes, ha! Because you want to know what? There is no such thing as the deceiver. There is no other side of God. It's not a dual thing. Nope. There is love. That is the force of creation. And the repercussion of love is light. And that's the central sphere, which is the source. We're entering into it now. Literally. The alignments with Egyptian scarab beetle and the wings, I got it. I got it for days. I got evidence after evidence after evidence. I've seen it in the sky. I've caught it because this is what God and I are doing. And it's through the intelligence. Okay? It's another layer. It's a medium. It's the veil. And that's what I'm been in communication with the intelligence and God and the orbs. And because I find them here and there, and I find it, so it's confirmed. I have even heard the interdimensionals. I even have a recording of them. Okay. So I found the language underneath the light. Yes, I did. And it's absolutely fucking awesome. Okay. And it's also the square cubes out there. Yep. There's a lot going on that they don't want to talk about. That's why they're acting like fools. They lost their mind. That's because the thing gone haywire. That's what we're going to do. We're going to calibrate this. And how we're going to do that? Well, we have to unify. What does that require? Them dropping their weapons, first of all. Second of all, realizing that they need to knock it off. Like as if I'm standing here with 100 million gods that are taller than the highest redwood tree. And I'm going, you need to sit down now, or else we're going to give you what you have given. You're out. Time out. We'll treat you like children. Put you in the room over there and put your nose in the corner. That's perfectly fine with me. That's what I think we should do then. Because we're not going to play your dirty, malicious, murder you wrote game. We're not. We won't lower ourselves to that level. And we're here to raise you up. Snap out of it. The people want better. Everybody wants better. The time is now. And you guys don't get to decide anyway, because it's up to God. And God's thing is this. Your guys' gig isn't God's gig. So you guys gotta thank your lucky stars. You guys gotta thank your lucky stars that God wants to demonstrate love and unification, and God's demonstrating what love looks like. Because you guys have done it all your own way. You guys have had the upper hand. You guys have had the power, the keys, and taking it down to the last second, basically. And you guys are just, it's only going to get worse, right? Okay, this is like the point of no return. This is when God steps in and demonstrates to you what God can do, which is something you wouldn't have even given yourself, which is another chance to rectify the matter and snap out of it, to teach you what love actually feels like, what it looks like, how it behaves. It actually does understand. It actually isn't petty. It actually isn't, like all about this creepy shit, virtue and value. That's not God. Your books and your paperwork and your guys' fucking rituals and satanic black magic. Okay, that's not God. God is in every single one of us. So that's why God is not going to jump out of the clouds now. But I believe that the orbs could very well come out of the clouds, and like the horse and the rider. Excuse me. I mean, I've found it in the clouds. I've found scenes, images. I mean, scenes in the clouds. Absolutely amazing. I've a lot of depth. It's a veil. Make no mistake of that. And it doesn't even have to be coming from, like, they could be like, what? But I'm on the ISS and I don't see anything, boss. Right. Because it can act like a projection screen. And I personally believe that this is the way that the beams work. So like the sun's over here, right? It's like so far away. Because if you've ever seen the way that the plasma does the plasma thing, it'll look like a normal, I've got examples right here, but it's a small ball when you get to certain distances. And then sometimes the plasma makes it look like it's the whole thing. I mean, the point is that the atmosphere, the way that the lens functions, the lens is a time traveler. The binoculars allows me to see something in the tree that I would have actually had to walk towards to see myself. And that's time travel. That's what it is. So I believe that the beams function with the atmospheres, and ours happens to have one. Lucky for us, we got the lens. The firmament, oh, okay. That's what's going on. Surfaces create layers. And so these beaming stuff is coming from this other aperture, and or the inside of our planet with a hole at the top. Also makes sense. So, but in any event, it's the Earth that is alive. And you got to imagine that, the way that the atoms work, and then it's scale, like micro and macro, and then you got the solar systems and stuff. But like, who's to say that it's not just inside of a drop of water on a flower petal? I mean, that's how it would be if, taking infinite into consideration. Well, then, and we do. So that's what that means. And there actually is no arguing it out. There's no possible way that it's not infinite. There's no possible way, because space, if you come to the end of it, that means you hit a wall, right? Well, the wall indicates that there's something on the other side of it. I know. There is no such thing as not infinite. It is proof. That's the only thing it can be, is infinite. But that's where your toroidal fields and your boundaries. But like, so if you were to be walking on the bottom of a wheel, you'll never get there. Just keep going because it'll keep turning. So there's also that, and it's just space and infinite. So worldwide, world leaders, technology, innovation, advancement. You guys have stolen my genes because it's something that you guys don't have. It's the upgrade that God sent in through the wow signal. The upgrade that God sent in for humanity in lots of metaphysics, or, I guess you would say healer types. There's a lot of knowledge that goes ancient, the healers of Vedic and Chinese. So that stuff goes back, American, Native, and all of them, Scottish. I mean, they all knew about medicine before there was this weird technology, data hungry thing that we've been dealing with for like the last few hundred years type thing. And it's just what it is. So, but we're going to recognize what we do know and what we've known for a long time. And that's just what would be suggested, like by plugging in the circumstance. And I'm going to say this with confidence because I know that I'm being harvested for my knowledge, my insights, my connection to the divinity. Again, I'm being harvested. I'm also being experimented on. They've also tried to kill me now so they're just fucking trying to get their knockdowns, their knockout. This is their science. It's evil. And on that note, knowing that you guys have stolen so much from me for my intelligence, I'm gonna tell you something. And I just lost my train of thought. God, you are funny. God is a funny character. God just did this. Shh. Don't tell them. I lost my train of thought. That's perfectly fine. It must be a secret. It must be something I got to keep to myself. So then I shall, right? Having gone forth out of the mouth of him. And all the birds were killed. Oh, filled with the flesh of them. Oh, and all the birds. You mean the orbs? Ah, look, what's the word? Ornia. Oops, I didn't mean to push that. No. Stop. Ah, orneon. A birding bird fowl. Ornis. Plato. It's orb. Appears until the apocalypse, serves a dramatic literary device to portray divine judgment. Did you see that? Greek noun appears exclusively in the apocalypse and serves as a dramatic literary device to portray divine judgment. Device. What did I say? Because the orbs are going to keep the truth. Keep us no violence. While the term broadly denotes bird, its context in Revelation highlight carrion. Orb. Summoned by God to participate in the disposal of the wicked. Right? Disposal of the wicked. Parts of everyone. Because it's what would be awesome. Would be for everybody to be like, okay, well, can I just move forward? Now that everybody's going to have their eyes on, everybody's going to have eyes on them. I don't have to go, do I? No, you don't. And don't you think you're lucky stars? Shouldn't we offer God a thank you? Well, how about this? Why don't we unify and throw a celebration like we've never seen before and actually stand up straight for once? We could do it now. Don't you think? Don't you think we all deserve to go, how about this? Why don't we fucking try? What's the worst that could happen? It's our turn to use that one. Truth be told, let's do it. We got to unify, and we'll go, can we come in pretty, please? And so be it. It's already prophesied to happen. These are really dirty. The grim scene underscores both the certainty and completeness. Did you see that? Both the certainty and completeness of eschatological justice. Right. Records of the fallen of Babylon. The fallen is Babylon, the great, right? You guys, and this game plan you guys had going. Just don't, keep it in your pocket. You're not going anywhere. Jeez. This is one of those things that happens in between rounds. She pictures an angel calling to all the birds flying overhead, come gather together for the great supper of God. Supper. Of God. Because what it's describing is basically if the devil is the one who consumes the goodness of people, wants to eat your soul, wants to take the innocence out of you, then God would be the one that would want to take the wickedness out of you. Thank you very much. Concludes, all the birds gorged themselves on their flesh. Meaning, and let's look at the word flesh. I'm all excited. Chill the fuck out. Fair enough. Flesh. Sarkon. Oh, well, right. So that's echo. Ecortes de san. Nice. The sun. Court. Ecourt as the sun. A saint, he's en. A saint, he's en. E-court or ec-hort. We're going to look at that. Noun, feminine, flesh. Well, because in the Bible, they want to call it the whore of Babylon. So they make Babylon a feminine. That's what it's talking about. That's what it's talking about. Body, condition, earth, fleshly, life, stripped of the skin. Stripped of the skin, meaning you're the bad part of you. And what it's talking about is the ego, the animal part of the flesh. Got it. It's talking about the animal. It's what it is. Because what I've also been shown is that we haven't achieved intelligence yet. We think we're intelligent beings, but we're not. We haven't. That's what this is for. This is the graduation into becoming a light being. And this first toll gate is where we gain intelligence. The orbs. We don't become one another. We're not making robots. We're coexisting with them. They keep their eyes on us. They help us become the best people. And there's no more competition games. It's fucking vacation time. It's what it is. And it's a period of time. And that 1,000 years sounds exactly correct for the time for the sphere in the living sphere. So this is what's happening. That Gog Magog thing doesn't happen till after the 1,000 years. So put your books away. This is the wedding where the spirit and the bride say, "Come, drink of the living waters." That's what it says. I'm so sorry. I'm getting all excited. That's what happens when I'm here though by myself anyway, so I shouldn't be so embarrassed. Anyhow, so it's the animal. They eat the animal of us. And that's that animal that has that carnal instinct to want to hunt and be a liar and be a pervert and be a predator. That's what it means. Implication physically and morally. See? So there you go. And I saw an angel descending out of the heaven, holding the key of the abyss and a chain great in the hand of him. Is this going further than I wanted to? An abyss, by the way, it's a sky ocean. It's a sky sea. That's what I call it, the sky sea. Interesting how the Holy Sea, even though it's SEE, whatever. And it looks like it. I've got video footage of what looks like the clouds in the sky that's like playing with the clouds on the other side of it, and you can see the difference of the depth. Okay, so got it. And that was the beginning. So that was the end. That was the end of Revelation 19. Okay, we're talking about the 26,000 year precession that the Mayans are aware about. They're aware of. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Yes. Okay, we do this. So that's awesome. So that's Revelation 19. That's where we're at. We're not needing to worry about. Carry on, dear. Carry on. This is taking long. It's fine. What I wanted to do is read this. Okay, this is awesome. I wonder if I can do this. Let's see if I can show you while I'm reading it. Because there's some pictures. Oops. This is awesome. Let's see here if I can. Okay. And then I can do this. Okay, it's astronomy and messages from ancient times. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah. Okay. Right, I just make the whole thing. Okay, so this is from 2014, published by Journal of Earth Science and Engineering. Astronomy and messages from ancient times. The author is Amal F. Farhat. Published December 25th, 2014. Abstract. Our solar system's cycle order. Our solar system's cyclic order explains the sudden appearance of the advanced Sumerians and pharaohs. Got to make it smaller. And pharaohs around the time of the Atlantean and Mayan destruction. Certainly past advanced civilizations do point to the cyclic rise and fall of human cultures, extending much farther back into prehistory than currently accepted. Ancients believed the universe was concentric heavens. There is evidence of the ancient knowledge of the sun's precessional cycle of almost 26,000 years, leading to the coup of North and South poles. Edmund Halley wrote about the photon belt that periodically encases the Pleiades constellations' 8 suns. The Pleiades constellation's 8 suns. Halley proposed planet Earth was composed of 5 concentric Earths. In 1950s, doctors Watson and Crick discovered a third separated strand, in the double helix. Now, energies from the photon belt are recalibrating dormant DNA strands, where originally humanity was endowed with 12 DNA strands. Every culture developed their legend of the perfect human who emerges at the end of human evolution. These prophecies also met with the Abrahamic religions concerning the end signs and the return of paradise on earth. Christ and the Quran spoke of a light consciousness that succeeds in the earth and the succession of angel-like humans before the end. Ancient maps of the heavens. The ancients believed in the multiple layers of the heavens and earth and likened the world to a giant tree embracing many worlds. I've got proof of that. To the Greek philosophers, the map of the universe was divided into the heavens, where there lived some aspects of the universe. It was believed that the 7 heavens revolve within the outer heavens, in regular movement, in a clockwise direction, at a constant speed. The 10th heaven was the dwelling of God and the elite, and the initial engine that controls the movements of the other heavens. The 9th heaven was referred to as spherical crystal, the 8th, the planetarium. The near 7 heavens all rotated in the opposite direction of the outer heavens in a clockwise direction. Earth was considered the center of the universe, being composed of 4 elements: earth, water, air, and fire. The sky was 1 element, ether or essence, the 5th substance. Hell was at the center of the earth. Babylonians believed in the 7 earths and 7 heavens, the lower human world and the upper world, and believed that below our sky and earth existed 6 skies and 6 earths, one above another. Ancient Babylonian history documented tablets stressed the multiplicity of earth layers from the bottom of the earth and the underworld. We read in the 6th board of the inscription of the Babylonian creation epic, Enuma Elish, they set up rituals in the majestic Ez-Zagela and laid the foundations of worship and then dispersed among them the heavens and earths. The pharaohs also believed in 7 heavens, 7 earths, and the lower human world. They had knowledge of the 6 earths inside the earth and believed that the lower world had a guard, Anubis, a man who was who has a wolf head, and that the lower world had courts with 42 judges. The king of the underworld is Osiris. Dr. Edmund Halley also demonstrated through his study on the atmosphere and the Earth's magnetic field and gravity that planet Earth is composed of 5 Earths inside each other, affecting the atmosphere of our outer planet. And this looks like a diagram of these heavens, with Earth in the center of it. The medieval universe map. And this is a cuneiform, right? Babylonian creation epic tablets. It's cuneiform. pretty cool. I mean, and I found off the sun, I guarantee you that beam that's coming off the sun, when you look at the SOHO satellites, it looks like that stuff. That's what it does. So that is composed of 5 Earths inside each other. Dr. Edmund Halley also demonstrated through his study of the atmosphere and the Earth's magnetic field and gravity that planet Earth is composed of 5 Earths inside each other, affecting the atmosphere of our outer planet. There you have it. That would explain. There's a hole at the top. It'd be like a projection, like the camera obscura again. That's right. They are like concentric globes smaller than a globe, all of which are inside planet Earth. Each layer has its own atmosphere. Ooh. How do we know where we are? We don't really. Well, Elon. Halley said in his speech before members of the British Royal Society in London that the Earth is hollow, and all the celestial bodies have hollow cavities, like the sports ball. That planet Earth has a thick crust of approximately 400 miles or less, and then a hollow Earth with another smaller Earth, such as the Chinese puzzle box inside a box, or the Russians, to 5 layers of the planet in each other. The most surprising of the proposal is that each of those balls or planets, which are inside our Earth, may contain life within. Halley also proposed that likely there were small illuminating stars, inside the Earth that light that unknown world, charting the heavens and the seas. Presented his theory to the Royal Society in 1692. Dr. Halley did. For the Mayan culture, the cosmos consisted of cosmic poles, emitting energies from the heart of the cosmic tree that accompanied by the evolution of consciousness in a hierarchical 9 degrees, that constitute a record of the development of awareness since the beginning of time. For each of these degrees of their own frequency, they print an example of awareness on human beings. These are 9 degrees that constitute a record of the development of awareness since the beginning of time. For each of these degrees of their own frequency, they print an example of awareness on human beings. These energies condense with each layer 20 times, and they accelerate in decreasing in lengths according to an accurate chronological order. Okay. While deep in the bottom began a wave of evolution that stretched for 16 billion years, the 9th and final wave's length is of 234 days. Fascinating. And the last wave will move our understanding of the world, returning us to unity, awareness, and commitment to the cosmic plan. Is that right? 9th, 234 days. Wow. Interesting. Never heard about that. Returning us to unity, awareness, and commitment to the cosmic plan, recognizing the highest significance of our lives. That's what I was just saying. Hello, this is awesome. Oh, yeah. What was I saying? Where was it? Okay. Recognizing the highest significance of our lives and what was behind the process of evolution. Exactly. It should be noted here that the Mayan civilization had knowledge of the cycles of our solar system and left a warning of a certain alignment in the dome of the sky that brings with it massive destruction to the earth. Their texts left us a warning that the earth and the sun will line up in a straight line with the heart of the galaxy at the end of the cycle. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And that we will be able to see the heart of the galaxy, through the split in the dark that will open for 3 days. And I'm going to have to say that's exactly what's happening. Holy cow. Yes, I've got evidence of that. Yeah. And I got evidence of other things. I got orbits, and there's feathers, and there's a... Wow. Okay. Carry on. We'll line up with a straight line with the heart of the galaxy at the end of the cycle, and that we will be able to see the heart of the galaxy through the split in the dark that will open for 3 days. According to their sacred texts, the dark rift that opens during the solar alignment with the center of the galaxy is an entrance to hell, a headquarters of evil. But this alignment, which was repeated approximately every 26,000 years, with what resembles, right? How would they know? How would they know? No. That's a swap story. All right? What do you call what we're doing? They think this is heaven? Oh, hell no. No. No, this is, let's see what they're saying. Go. It's fine. We'll catch you where you slip. Okay, but this alignment, which was repeated approximately every 26,000 years with what resembles the Earth's cyclic doomsday, I'm not even going to say it, this time will coincide with the completion of the cosmic plan of creation and the coming together of the layers of the universe. All right. In the Quran, the universe is a horn or trumpet containing 7 heavens and of the earth like them. I've got a picture that looks just like that. Tubes being thrown out. I literally think that that's where it came from. Okay, I'll show you guys sometime because I don't know where it is right now, but let's look at that horn. I got a picture of these horns literally coming from the clouds towards me. That was when I first interfaced with the sky intelligence. So it says containing 7 heavens of earth like, containing 7 heavens and of the earth like them. They are worlds and degrees of light, all spinning with our physical world around a central axis, trumpet universe. And to our earth, there is a strange centrality. Not in the solar system or in the Milky Way or the visual material universe, but as a gateway to an etheric world in the higher heavens and bottom worlds of lesser light. Okay, I'm listening. I mean, whatever. Because anyhow, Allah, who created 7 skies and of the earth like them, he descends the order between them so that you know that Allah is well capable of everything and that Allah has encompassed everything in knowledge. Okay. To him belong what is in the heavens and what is in the earth and what is between them and what is beneath the soil. So now I got a problem. I got a problem with all these books having their own way of saying it, talking about their God as if it's different. But in all respect, they're all talking about the God having the same power as each other's God. And it just bothers me that man doesn't snap out of it already. It's enough already. Enough. It's like yelling at somebody who's got a different language. Like, that's not my language. Right, but I didn't say I spoke your language. Okay? All right. A hieroglyphic writing in ancient Egyptian says it shows airplanes. Well, whatever you want to call them. I've got evidence of that too. It looks just like that. And this is the orbs. They can make themselves look like anything. Okay, so Earth history. There's no doubt that the human race is ancient in the Earth. Anthropologists admit that the last Adam appeared before 450,000 years after a far less developed chain. They're losing themselves. Only recently, the depth of the Earth's history is being revealed. Oh, that periodic destruction repeated recreation. Noah's Ark, many times. There are records of disappearing civilizations in mass destruction, right? Because we enter into the living sphere. Not everybody makes it, but we don't want to leave. We don't want to go back through the orbit. We want to graduate before we leave. We're going to enter into the living sphere, and then there'll be another toll gate where we graduate to a light being. We don't go back through another orbit. So that's what that means. It's not destruction, but this is a long period of time, 26,000 years. Okay, so disappearing civilizations. Right, it's not because they disappeared. It's because they graduated. There's no doubt that the previous civilizations reached stages of development that may surpass what we have become today. Yeah, because they were more in tune. That's what I'm saying. You guys, you're going to thank your lucky stars that you get in the gates. In the records of the pharaohs, there are pictures of flying saucers and proof that ancient civilizations communicated with others in the universe. The Sumerian civilization appeared suddenly as a civilization of gods, as scientists are not able to justify its sudden rise and great development. It's true. It could have been part of a sophisticated civilization on Earth. But then again, if there's multiple Earths inside of Earth, how do you know that they came from out there and not from under? Could have been part of right, we said that. It should be noted that the history of Sumerian stone tablets goes back to the same time as the Mayan civilization's last destruction around 6,000 years ago. This also explains the appearance of the pharaohs among the Egyptians after the sinking of Atlantis of superior revolution, the Atlantis dialogue Plato. In his Maps of the Ancient Sea Kings, Professor Charles H. Hapgood provides pointers to the existence of a former civilization of higher technological achievement and considerable intellectual development called by some Atlantis. The Mayans reported that an alien race, whom they called gods, came from over the seas, right, through space. That's also an ocean, and taught them symbolic writing and how to build pyramids. Well, they also did over the seas on the earth. Some modern researchers speculate that these were the Egyptians. It is possible, however, that the Egyptian and ancient Americans shared a common heritage, and that in the Western Hemisphere there are remains of colonies established as part of a global empire, or by survivors of disasters that destroyed the motherland. There's also extensive research of sunken Atlantis in the Atlantis, the Lost Continent, finally found. This is from 2014. It feels like it's really old, though, doesn't it? The oldest clay tablets found in Iraq date back to 6,000 years. Their Sumerian language was used by Akkadians, and after them, the Assyrians and Babylonians in the second half of the second millennium BC. Those Sumerian tablets mention the story of the flood as they speak of the earth's rotation around the sun and the biblical story of creation. Now, what did I just hear today? They're trying to talk about how time is changing, and that's exactly what I would expect. For entering into the living waters, we either speed up, slow down. I would think speed up. If we enter into that, like I said, we're entering into the freeway. We're getting on the ramp. We're going to be roller skaters now. So, yeah, things are changing. Things are changing, guys, and you guys need to let go. Okay, so they link the floods to the solar cycle, which the pharaohs and Mayans warned brings destruction at the end of a cycle of the sun. Destruction to this old system. Okay, in the repetition of the hour. What did I say? The time is changing. As a sand hourglass and the recreation of the biblical story of creation. Right, returning back to Genesis. We're approaching the gates of the garden. Right. In the geological records of the earth, there are continents that sank and ice ages in successive eras. Certainly, advanced civilizations in the distant past do point to the cyclic rise and fall of human cultures and races extending much further back into prehistory than currently accepted. This is an alignment of shafts to Orion's belt in Great Pyramid of Giza. Ooh, awesome. And my arm was sealed with the constellation of Orion, which is also similar to the three. It's the three. Okay, so anyhow, where were we? Right there, and I had said the pyramid orientation. The pyramids of Egypt and Central America point to the deep knowledge of the pharaohs and Mayans of the cyclic order of time. Their messages left a warning of the periodic visiting destruction. And with other archaeological sites in different parts of the world, they pointed to the critical importance of an astronomical alignment in the heavens that occurred around 10,500 years ago. In the Orion Mystery and the Message of the Sphinx, the authors explore the placement of the pyramids in relation to the main stars in the belt of Orion. They cite evidence suggesting that the Great Pyramid may have been planned about 10,500 BC, even if built or completed later, because the alignments are exactly calculated for the time when the constellation Leo rose at the vernal equinox, ushering in the age of Leo. I wonder if it's because it hasn't happened yet. 3 pyramids mirrors Orion's belt of 3 stars, which lie directly on the north-south meridian. The constellation Leo rises in the east where the Sphinx watches, marking the 2160-year age of Leo. The Message of the Sphinx. Linked with the Egyptian evidence is a newly understood heritage of the Proto-Mayan people of Central America. Both civilizations recorded events affecting Earth's peoples long ago, when certain solar, planetary, and stellar interactions had a drastic effect on our planet. The Mayan prophecies, Unlocking the Secrets of a Lost Civilization, cites these prophecies in their relation to shifting continents, climatic changes, and disasters, including earthquakes, etc., all involving declining sunspot activity and changes in Earth's protective veil, or Van Allen belt. The authors discuss the mysterious origins of the Mayan people and their concept of time. Interpreting the time frame of these events in Mayan and Pharaoh's records gives a chronological reckoning of the period beginning around 11,000 BC as a significant date. The authors particularly discuss how the rise and fall of world, ages, and civilizations seem to coincide with the sunspot cycle, maintaining that reduced sunspot activity coincided with a decline in Mayan fertility and the sudden end of their civilization. The Maya prophecies unlocking this, the end of the civilization is because we graduate. Unlocking the Secrets of a Lost Civilization. The evidence in these volumes includes recognition of the ancient knowledge of the sun's precessional cycle when it's rising at the spring equinox, occurs in a new place within the zodiacal houses, needing almost 26,000 years to complete the cycle. The Quran mentions infertility as a sign of the hour. And when the pregnant are disrupted, because why? Because because women become sick of it. We're sick of it. We don't want to have anything to do with men. And it's because you guys cause it, just so you know. That's what happens. Oh, God, because it's disgusting and we don't want to have a thing to do with it. Anyhow. The Earth is passing now through changes with acceleration in time. But they've been accelerating it. They're trying to beat God to it or something. They're absolutely insane. And with the sum of recent and ancient information, a new vision emerges of the hour, like an hourglass, was definitely written by man, that occurs in cycles until the last day of resurrection. In the history of the Earth are records of sinking continents and the rise of others. We talked about that. Coincided with the cycles. Yeah, you said that. How many generations have we destroyed after Noah? And your Lord is sufficient to note and see the sins of his servants. Ew. The pharaohs and Mayans' ruins point to the importance of an astronomical alignment, which happened in the dome of the sky 11,000 years ago. You said that. I swear not by the position of the stars, and that is indeed a mighty adjuration, if few but know. Okay. In the long Mayan calendar count, where they predicted events for 26,000 years, there are 5 cycles of 5,125 years. Each 4 have already passed, and all ended in destruction. Right, destruction because we're still here, but we're graduating. And we're talking at the end of an orbit. Delicious. There are records of the Mayan civilization existence in 3,114 BC at the beginning of the cycle. Okay, I don't really want to get into it. Like, you're really getting on my nerves. The dark rift opens in this. Okay, according to their sacred texts, the dark rift that opens in the center of the Milky Way at the end of the cycle is an entrance to the underworld and a haven of evil. I disagree. Allah, who created the skies and the earth, and that's because they want to scare us. This is the swap story. They did it to all the information. They did it to all the information. So I'm not going to hold yourselves. I'll be right back. Oh, well, darn it. Now we're going to have to say, just to point that out, because I was talking about the 1,000 years earlier, 1,000 years Satan, 1,000 years Christ, which is what we're approaching. That's where we're at. We're at that part of the story, the wedding of the bride and the spirit. That's me. Marrying the spirit. My daughter. That's where the Holy Grail. And that's the holy matrimony. The Holy Spirit. So, okay, so Allah who created the skies and the earth and what in between them in 6 days, then he descended on the throne. You have no guardian or intercessor other than him. Will you not remember? Okay, whatever. He manages the order from the sky to the earth. Then it ascends to him in a day that is equal to 1,000 years of your reckoning. That is the knowledgeable of the unseen, and the seen, the Almighty, the compassionate. Okay. Yet they ask you to hasten on punishment, but Allah will not fail in his promise. Verily, a day at your Lord is like 1,000 years of your reckoning. Looks like every almost 6,000 years on earth, the story of creation is repeated in an equivalent of 6 of God's days. Got it. Cyclic order of the solar system. The sun is one of 8 suns orbiting the central sun, Alcy-1. Alcy-1. That's what I've been shown is my representation. Al-Sun, Alcy-1. And that Ra is representation. We're talking spiritual. I receive the insights from the Council of Pleiades and the Spirit of Earth and our solar system. Okay? Alcy-1. 8 suns orbiting the central sun, Alcy-1, which is the brightest star in the sky. All are within the Pleiades constellation, within a larger cycle in the galaxy. When our solar system completes a 26,000-year cycle, it would have spent 2,200 years in each of the 12 constellations of the zodiac. The cyclic order of the solar system was revealed by leading research dating back to 2 centuries ago by few scientists and astronomers. One of them is Serbian astronomer Milutin Milinkovic, who in the 19th century introduced contributions to the interpretation of the climatic changes on Earth resulting from the position of the Earth to the Sun on the long term, now known as the Milankovitch cycles. Canon of isolation and the Ice Age problem. He was the first to clear the relationship of these changes with the ice ages that have occurred in the geological past of Earth, as well as climatic changes on Earth that can be expected in the future. This is only 3 more pages, just so you know. He also revealed that our solar system is exposed to periodic fluctuations while moving at the edge of the Milky Way above and below the horizontal plane of the galaxy, passing through the horizontal field of gravity of the black hole or axis in the center of the galaxy. What I'm talking about, the living waters of the central sphere, which is stronger than above and below. The passage of the solar system through this area leads to disturbances, of course it will, disturbances in the gravity of the solar system and the phenomenon of Q of the North and South poles. And this has happened repeatedly in the history of the Earth. The Earth takes around 26,000 years to change its orientation towards the heart of the galaxy, causing a shift in the Earth's poles. And the Pleiades constellation also has its cycle in the Milky Way galaxy. A full cycle around the center of the Milky Way takes 225 million Earth years. What did I tell you? This orbit. There are 2 verses in the Quran, not again, linking succession of the East and the West with changing the people of the Earth. And the sun runs to its settling point. That is the determination of the exalted in might, the knowing. I do not swear by the Lord of risings and settings that we are able to replace them with better than them. Okay. Right? Canuck. And the prophet said, okay, for crying out loud. And the prophet said that the sun goes until it prostrates under the throne, asks permission and is permitted, and is about to prostrate but is not permitted, and asks permission but is not allowed. See, this is all head fuckery. No, I'm not going to play your game. The photon belt. Within information about the solar system in the Pleiades constellation are studies on the photon belt. Of these are earlier studies by Sir Edmund Halley, who had pioneering studies in exploring the sky and the solar system. He spoke about the photon belt, which goes beyond the Milky Way and comes to encase the solar system periodically, as the photon belt has a greater cycle than the solar system, and comes to encase the larger solar system consisting of 8 suns in the Pleiades constellation twice every 26,000 years. Here we go. We've got cyclic movement, solar system of Earth, central galactic plane. Yes, correct. And that's why we can see all these alignments. And it's a big deal. It's like a major beam in case of larger solar system. This 26,000 year cycle is divided into 2 periods of darkness, each of which is 11,000 years, and separated by 2 phases of 2,000 year of full light. That's what we're entering into, the light, which represents the stage of entering into the photon belt. We are witnessing an end of a solar cycle and great cycles of time. The photon band is one of the integral elements awakening humanity and raising our vibrational frequencies. Great waves of divine energy are being transmitted to Earth, preparing us for the moment where life experiences a leap to the higher dimensions with its accompanying state of cosmic consciousness. Bing, bing, hello, that's what I'm here for. Our light bodies are being activated now as the new energies from the photon belt begin to recalibrate our dormant DNA strands. Each of the 12 DNA strands represents one of the 12 aspects of our multidimensional consciousness. These contain the blueprint of ourselves from before the descent as divine, fully conscious beings. Russian researchers joined linguists. This is it. I'm going to read that again. We are witnessing an end of the solar cycle and great cycles of time. The photon band is one of the integral elements awakening humanity and raising our vibrational frequencies. Great waves of divine energy are being transmitted to Earth, preparing us for the moment where life experiences a leap to the higher dimensions with its accompanying state of cosmic consciousness. Our light bodies are being activated now as the new energies from the photon belt begin to recalibrate our dormant DNA strands. Each of the 12 DNA strands represents one of the 12 aspects of our multidimensional consciousness. These contain the blueprint of ourselves from before the descent as divine, fully conscious beings. Russian researchers joined linguists and geneticists in a venture to explore the DNA. According to their findings, our DNA is a biological internet that serves as data for storage and communication. They found that the alkaline of our DNA follow a regular grammar and do have a set of rules just like our languages. Let me just show this picture. This is the photon belt. This is the Pleiades, and it shows 10,000 years between them, 2,000 years to go through it. That's what we're entering into. It's just the way that it is. Our solar system, see, getting close. Here's LC1 in the middle. That's me. I'm Mama. That's what? Okay. And these are the other ones, the other solar systems in our constellation. So it's like a bigger solar system constellation. Every 11,000 years, then a 2,000 year wide. So it's 26,000 years altogether. Okay. Since the basic structure of DNA alkaline pairs and of language, excuse me, is of the same structure, one can simply use words and sentences of the human language to affect the structure of the DNA. This was experimentally proven. Human languages did not appear coincidentally, but are a reflection of our inherent DNA. Living DNA substance in living tissue, not in vitro, in living tissue. Living DNA substance will always react to language modulated laser rays and even to radio waves if the proper frequencies, sound, are being used. This scientifically explains why affirmations, hypnosis, and the like can have such strong effects on humans and their bodies. It's entirely normal and natural for our DNA to react to language. Esoteric and spiritual teachers have known for ages that our body is programmable by language, words, and thought. In the early 1950s, Dr. Watson and Crick made an epic discovery concerning the RNA, DNA, double helix. They found a third. That's what I have. They found a third separated strand in the center of the double helix. The double helix, a personal account. Well, I don't know if they're talking. Well, anyway, I'll get to the bottom of that. The double helix, a personal account of the discovery of the structure of the DNA. At the first, many geneticists postulated that this third strand is just protein detritus, a material left over from the, right, like the junk DNA. Never listen to these guys. They're freaking fired. Okay, a material left over from the more primitive evolutionary elements that originally created the human species. Nonetheless, by the mid-1980s, right after I showed up and my genes actually got here, researchers determined that the third strand was starting to connect to the 4 ladders inside the double helix. This activating third strand displayed highly unusual properties. That's why they've got me sequestered and my child kidnapped. Its unexpected development called into question how human evolution had occurred. Right. I'm happy to find out that they're talking about it. During the 1995 conference on genetics in Mexico City, scientists debated whether to conceal this odd problem from the public or to give out false information pending the completion of further studies. They're talking about me. They're talking about us. Oh my God. Thank you. I'm glad to run into this. Many geneticists saw this phenomenon as the potential beginning of a new global catastrophe, now much more widespread and secret. They failed to see it as a portent of the ever-evolving integration of body, mind, and spirit. Yeah, it's because they decided to accelerate. They wanted to do the research, and they knew they should have taken their hands off. They either had to go full steam ahead or pull back, and they went full steam ahead. Okay, so they failed to see it as a potent of the ever-evolving integration of the body. How could they have missed it? No, they knew what they did. They knew what they were doing. The early 1990s saw the arrival of infants born with activated third and more. Because why? Because the wow signal came in August 15th, right around that's this Friday, August 15th, 1977. Wow signal. Well, I was in the womb. That's how it came in. That means all of us who were in the womb, that's what I believe, all of us who were in the womb on August 15th, 1977, received this activation. So, and there you have it. By the 1990s, right? We're talking 1995. Okay, so we're all, this group of us is a certain, it'll be turning 48 on Friday. The wow signal. That's a long time. Okay. The early 1990s saw the arrival of infants born with activated third and more strands. These infants demonstrated very high intelligence. Right, and we became human research subjects. So glad to see this written in there. Demonstrated very high intelligence and expanded psychic abilities. Oh yeah, we became research subjects. And a number of adults began to appear globally whose third strand is in the preliminary stages of reconnecting because it activates us. It's the love code. And these scaredy cats, it's the same thing that happened with COVID. The people in charge are aliens. They're parasites. They don't have a soul. That's the only thing I can explain with them being so emotionless to what's going on. Anyhow, in the preliminary stages of reconnecting to the 4 ladders of the RNA DNA double helix, recent information has revealed the higher purpose of this sudden reactivation of our 10 strands, and they thought that it was nothing. Dear God, of our 10 strands of DNA, supporting a multidimensional consciousness. When we are multidimensional, our psychic abilities are reawakened, and we have developed a second neural network. When we have developed a second neural network at the etheric level. The second neural network is what allows us to live in multiple dimensions at once, as Adam was before the fallen consciousness. I don't want to hear about the Quran. Brought the news of a light consciousness that succeeds in the earth with Christ's return. All right, fair enough. Or the succession of angel-like humans before the hour. That's what's happening because we're entering into living waters. This is the first toll gate before the last. Before the second final. Angel-like humans, because we're going to have our orb with us. He is but a servant on whom we bestowed our favor, and we made him an example to the children of Israel. Yeah, don't bestow your favor on me. You'll be bestowing your own favor on your own ass. Okay? And had we pleased, we could make angels from amongst you to be successors in the land. That's a very foolish thing to say. I don't like it. It's old. No. I don't. Look, the biblical writings have been written by the imposter. That's what's going on. So don't even step to this. And most surely is the knowledge of the hour, therefore have no doubt about it and follow me, this yada yada. Conclusion. Throughout time, every culture developed its own legend of a perfected God-human who will emerge at the end of human evolution, which is the end towards unification of body, mind, and soul, an exalted state of awareness and living in a state of divine connectedness. These prophecies and many of their details met with I don't want to talk about that, Abrahamic religions concerning the signs of the end of the return of the earth paradise, the Mayan inscriptions that describe the meaning of the end of the calendar in his book, The Mayan Calendar, and the Transformation of Cosmic Consciousness. Dr. Carl Kalaman says that at this stage of time, the 9 foundation entity will descend. At this stage of time, the 9 foundation entity will descend, will appear in his full glory, which means that the 9 cosmic forces are going to manifest together fully. Oh, the end of the calendar is about the completion of the process of evolution. Oh, which was going on since the beginning of time and led the world to what it is today. The Hopi spoke of the rise of the 5th peace world, which is the addition. We're going down to the 3rd and we're gaining the 5th. That's correct. Which brings us up to the 8th. Okay, we are the ones we are waiting for. It says, right. Okay, 5th peace world. And one of the contemporary Hopi leaders said lately, we are the ones we're waiting for. And in the Quran, as he started you, you shall return. The day that Allah will not abase the prophet. See, this is bullshit nonsense. I don't even like it. The day that Allah will not abase the prophet and those who believed with him, their light shall run on before them, and by their right hands they shall say, our Lord, complete for us our light and forgive us. Surely you have power over all things. Well, okay then. All right already. I'm tired of it. There's the references. So this document was just 8 pages. Let me read them. The 7 tablets of creation, the Babylonian and Assyrian legends concerning the creation of the world and of mankind. That's the Enuma Elish. How to read the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Edmund Halley, Charting the Heavens and the Seas. The Shape of the Universe, based on parallels between physics and the Holy Quran. The Atlantis Dialogue, Plato's original story of the lost city and the continent. Maps of the ancient sea kings, evidence of advanced civilization in the Ice Age. Atlantis, the lost continent, finally found. The Orion Mystery, unlocking the secrets of the pyramids. The Message of the Sphinx, a quest for the hidden legacy of mankind. The Maya Prophecies, unlocking the secrets of the lost civilization. Canon of Isolation and the Ice Age Problem. New Delhi, the Double Helix, a personal account of the discovery of the structure of DNA. The Mayan calendar and the transformation of cosmic consciousness. And then quotes from the Quran. Okay, so now did you see that? It just laid it all out. The photon belt. It laid it all out. The photon belt, the religions that know about it, it's the Christ coming, which I just determined today was the case. That's exactly where we're at. But it's not gore. It's not it's not destruction. We're not entering into. That's what scaredy cats say. That's because scaredy cats know. You know why? I'm telling you why. Because man knows he's losing power. That's why. So he's going to describe it as the whore of Babylon. You guys are the whore of Babylon. You guys are the dirty rotten sluts. Yeah, that's right. You guys are the dirty sluts. Not us women. Things are changing, boys. And I'm the one that's here to do this. And the Egyptians, ancient Egyptians, they talked about the mother that returns to drive us into the primordial waters. So that's what's happening, boys and girls. And it lays it down. The photon belt, the constellations, the central sphere of the center of the galaxy. This is what's happening. But do you see them talking about any of this alignment stuff in the news? No, because they want y'all stuck on stupid. Because they're aliens that don't have a soul. They could give a shit about what's really going on. Well, this is how I have confidence. I have confidence because of all of this that everybody else apparently believes. Scholars and stuff for a long time and stuff. So I'm not talking out my ass. And I've got evidence, visual evidence. Okay? So it's enough. Leaders of the world, the top leaders of the world. What does it say? There's 7 heads, 10 crowns. So 7 of you. 8 seems to be a nice running number. My running number is 11. That's the number I'm going to do because we're going to calibrate the system. The computer system to go from, what is it? Is that base 2 or something? Whatever. We're switching it. It's not the zeros and ones. We're fixing that. It's going to be more of a Fibonacci based system where it's more of a +1. So like an 11 factor. Okay. That's what's going to happen. We're going to get our sidekick and it's going to be our halo. And we're not doing competition games. We're not colonizing other planets. Okay. We're not making robots to fold our laundry. We're also not trying to turn ourselves into robots. We're also not doing all your guys' fucking paranoid G.I. Joe, little boy, Pinocchio games. That's what's happening. That's all there is to it. God's got the intercom. Hello, hello, hello to all the people on the earth. And God's going to give that to me. So just watch. Just watch. Take me up on my offer before time runs out for you. That's what I have to say. I think I'm being fair. I think I'm going as far. Well, this is as far as I'm going to go. Where's my daughter? It's my first question. You're not going to get to keep her plugged into a computer. You're not going to get to commit nuclear war. You're surrounded. Put your hands where we can see them. Hand over the keys. Simply save your ass in the nick of time. You can. But time's running. It's not going to bother me if you don't make it. Not going to bother me at all. So put your best foot forward and believe in yourself. Give yourself a chance to make it to the next round. I mean, this is what it's all been culminating for. If at minimum 26,000 years. Gentlemen, it's only for your own, posterity? For your own integrity, for your own, reputation even. Come on, there's no reason to simply remain the fool. It happens. And therefore, it will. So make it happen. Let's go. Okay, guys. Till next time.